Yo guys, Superior David here, and today we are going to do something a little bit different because the core set has been revealed, and I've been getting some questions from people like, yo David, what do you think of the core set? So I figured like, hey, let's just do a rapid fire review of the whole core set. We're just going to rapid fire this thing. For those who don't know, the core set is made up of some past Hearthstone cards, like some wild, some that are actually still in standard at the moment, and also just some new cards. So I'll just give you all my thoughts on those and what I think of each class's core set overall. So without any further ado, let's get down to business. It's going to be Superior, and here we go. Okay, starting from the top of the list, we have Demon Hunter, and starting off Demon Hunter, we have Battle Fiend, solid aggro Demon Hunter minion. We'll definitely see play in the future and push that archetype. This is a curve filler, okay card. Chaos Strike, a bit more flexible and a curve filler. We'll definitely see playing more Demon Hunter decks than Crimson Sigil Runner. Let's see, Feast of Souls, token Demon Hunter lull. Blizzard wants it to happen. I'm skeptical, but maybe it will happen one day. Let's see, Corvus Bloodthorn, new legendary, charge, lifesteal, repeatable damage. Seems very powerful just due to the flexibility. I think it's going to see playing like every Demon Hunter deck. Sightless Watcher, this is a curve filler. Spectral Sight, efficient card draw, very solid card. Eldrazi Warblades, healing's great. Synergy with Il'gynoth, even freaking better. Very good card. Coordinated Strikes, token Demon Hunter lull, it's not that good. I-Beam, very powerful, flexible, OTK potential, solid card. A mix that it's back. Let's see, we've got Gnar Glivesmith, Outcast, give your hero +3 attack this turn. This is a new card. Honestly, it's just okay in terms of Demon Hunter cards. Would be great in any other class. I think you don't put this in your deck, but rather you just like generate it off of the Illidari Studies, and you'll be pretty happy sometimes. Ashtung Battlelord, this card's bad, but still bad. Raging Fellscreamer, mana cheating is powerful. Might even push like a big Demon Hunter deck this year. We'll have to wait and see. Chaos Nova, honestly, Demon Hunter has better removal options, but still okay card. Warglaze the Aznov, this card was buffed and nerfed. It's now a 5 mana 3/3. I think this card is still nuts, even with no Twin Slice, just because Relentless Pursuit is a card. It's going to be super annoying. I'm calling it now. It's going to suck. Illidari Inquisitor, this is basically the King Crush for Demon Hunter. Rush, after your hero attacks an enemy, this attacks a 2, new card. So basically, turn 9, you play this, you hero power your opponent's face, you smack him in the face for 8. And you can run 2 of these, so it's just Demon Hunter dunking on Hunter with better cards. This definitely goes in a big Demon Hunter deck. Might even go in other Demon Hunter decks. We'll really have to wait and see, but it does go face, so it's pretty good. And overall, that's it for Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter losing some big cards, but also getting some decent cards. And if history's any indication, Blizzard's going to give Demon Hunter just objectively better cards because it's Demon Hunter. So if you're worried about Demon Hunter, don't be, because Demon Hunter is going to be fine and you're the Gryphon. Okay, next up we've got Druid, if you couldn't already tell. And first up we have Innervate, classic Druid spell. Happy to see it back. We'll see playing a variety of Druid decks. We have Pounce, main draw of this card was being able to abuse it with Auctioneer. Don't really see that changing. Enchanted Raven, solid 1 drop for Druid. Great in aggressive decks. Happy to see this back. Mark of the Wild, this card was buffed. Still don't think it's that good. Power of the Wild, flexible Druid spell. Let's see playing Token Druid. Happy to see that archetype sticking around. Feral Rage. Oh man, I love this card. This came out in Whispers of the Old God. This card's just super flexible. Can support a variety of Druid archetypes. Happy to see it back. Let's see, Landscaping. Looks like Treants aren't going anywhere. This will definitely see play in those sorts of decks. Let's see, Wild Growth. Ramp is still good, and it's not going anywhere. Let's see, Nordrassil Druid. This card is nuts. It's basically, it's a new card. It's basically like a Foxy Fraud for Druid. Battlecry, the next spell you cast this turn costs 3 less. Very powerful. Expect to see this in a lot of Druid decks. Don't sleep on it. Soul of the Forest, good in Token Demon Hunter. Sorry, Token Druid. Not many other decks, though. Druid of the Claw. This card was buffed. I don't think it's really good still. I feel like Druid of the Claw just has been power crept out. And the main draw of this was just the flexibility to go face a lot of times. So I think without that, this card's just not good. Let's see. Force of Nature. Again, Treants aren't going anywhere. Happy to see them sticking around. Menagerie Warden. This card was buffed. It's now cheaper. Has the stats are a little bit worse. I think a Beast Druid actually could like materialize this year, just because the Druid has a lot better beasts than it did in the past. And I think Menagerie Warden will definitely be like a good mid-range top end for that deck. Let's see, Nourish, classic Druid spell, not going anywhere. It draws cards, it ramps, does everything. Let's see, Ancient of War. I feel like this card has just been power crept out of the game personally. It's just way too slow, way too many ways to deal with it nowadays, so I think it's just not good. Let's see, Cenarius. Cenarius buffed to 8 mana. I love this buff, and I think it will actually make Cenarius actually playable, just because you could play like Cenarius on top of like Power of the Wild at the same turn. Very powerful Wombo combo, so I'm very happy for Cenarius. And let's see, that's it for Druid. I feel like Druid, losing some key cards, getting some alright cards, got some buffs as well. Will they be good? I'm not too optimistic about that, but I think Druid, Druid will be fine. Now moving on to Hunter, we have Arcane Shot. This card still goes face, nothing much changing there. Then Lock and Low got buffed to 1 mana. Happy to see this card back. Pretty fun card, but Hunter's losing a lot of its burst cards, so I don't know how good this Lock and Low is actually going to be, so we'll have to wait and see there. Tracking. This card was simultaneously buffed and nerfed. It's now 1 mana discover a card from your deck. So that means you are no longer like burning cards from your deck, which is nice. But sometimes you actually wanted to lose cards from your deck so you could thin out your deck a bit better. So overall, I'm happy with this direction that Hunter's going with, like discoverable card draw. Really flavorful, builds up the class identity. Web Spinner, solid 1-drop we'll see play in most Hunter decks. Explosive Trap, meta-dependent secret. Meta-dependent secret. The worst Hunter weapon ever printed. And now you have to play it too because they took away Eagle Horn Bow. Quick Shot. This card is pretty powerful. Happy to see it back. Will definitely encourage a Face Hunter deck. Scavenging Hyena. Without Unleash the Hounds, I don't know how good this card will be. That's really like the Wombo combo that was in the game before with it. So overall, I'm mixed on it. Selective Breeder. Battlecry. Discover a copy of a beast in your deck. This is a new card. Again, I love this discoverable draw for Hunter. I think this card will be pretty good. Snake Trap. Meta-dependent secrets. I'm not really touching too much on the secrets because Eagle Horn Bow is gone, so I think all the secrets are going to be pretty underwhelming, unless there's going to be a better secret payoff card this year, so maybe we'll get that. I'm hopeful, but, you know, come on, no bow and all secrets? Come on, Blizzard. Bear Shark, my favorite, like one of my favorite Hearthstone cards, honestly. I think it's such a simply designed card, but I love the flavor of it, and it really hoses, like, spell-based decks, and so I think it's just a good check to have in the game. Bear Shark is awesome. Deadly Shot, meta-dependent card. Dire Frenzy. This is a fun Hunter card that is getting brought back. We'll definitely encourage like a more mid-range Hunter with like these buffed beasts that you can discover from your deck. Very excited to see where this goes. Savannah Hyman, the OG Hunter legendary, not going anywhere. King Crush, the actual OG Hunter legendary, still has charge. Have to see our big boy around. You know, we'll probably see just as much play as he has before, but maybe they will encourage like some sort of King Crush deck in the future because he's sticking around. And wow, that's it for Hunter. You know, honestly, Hunter is losing a lot. They're losing like Hunter used to have like an embarrassment of riches in the 3-drop slot. Instead, they're losing all of their good 3-drops. They're getting bad cards in return. I think Hunter's going to be struggling a lot this year. He's going to need a lot of help from the expansions to see play. Now, moving on to Mage, we've got Babbling Book. You know, I love the art in this card. I have a picture of it on my wall, but I hate the effect, and I'm not happy that it's back. Shooting Star. The common thing with Mage is sort of like reining in their like AoE wide board effects, and Shooting Star is part of that. You know, it's taking the place of Arcane Explosion. I'm happy with this change, and I think this will see play in like those spell damage Mage decks, or maybe like a tempo Mage deck. Snap Freeze. This card was bad. It was buffed. Still probably going to be bad. Arcane Knowledge, if you hate secrets, you're going to hate this card. Will definitely facilitate some sort of secret Mage deck. Fallen Hero, this card was bad, and I think it's still going to be bad. You know, it just doesn't really do enough. Arcane Intellect, solid card draw. Kona Cold, so this card was buffed and sort of taking the place of Frost Nova, like I said before, just reining in those wide Mage board effects. I think this is a good direction for Mage. I'm happy that they're doing this. Counterspell, you know, just a secret. Got another secret. They're definitely plotting some sort of like secret synergy stuff this year, if you couldn't tell. Let's see. We got Fireball, classic Mage burn spell. Good to see it still around in the game. Mage will still be slinging spells at your face. Water Elemental. This card, you know, it's been power creeped out of the game. I don't think it's going to see play, but, you know, happy to see it. It's a classic minion. Happy to see it sticking around. Egg-Win the Guardian. This is a new Mage legendary minion. Spell damage +2. Death Rattle. The next minion you draw inherits these powers. So I feel like this card is very slow, but maybe he's playing like a more like control Mage deck, maybe some sort of like freeze burn Mage deck. I'm having a hard time like envisioning like what this goes into just because it's so slow. And it sort of gets hosed by like silence and polymorph effects. You know, definitely an interesting effect, and like especially if you can put like different like attributes on it, I feel like those will also pass over. But you know, interesting card. We'll see play, and we'll have to wait and see. And let's see, Ethereal Conjurer. This card was buffed. It was a 6-mana 6/3. Now it's a 5-mana 6/4. This card's nuts. Going to see play in most Mage decks. Let's see, Koldara Drake. Well, this card was buffed to be a 6/7. You know, you can use your hero power any number of times. You know, using your hero power just like isn't really good though. 2 mana for your hero power is sort of inefficient. So Koldara Drake, while an interesting effect, it's not good. Flame Strike. This card was buffed. I'm happy to see this card buffed because, you know, it used to be the premier Mage AoE, and then it just sort of got power crept out of the game, and now buffing it to 5 mana will be able to deal with minions just that much better. Really happy to see this back in the game. Definitely shows encouraging signs for a control Mage like taking shape this next year. And, you know, wow, already moved through Mage. You know, Mage is losing some key cards that really carried it over the past few years, and they're getting some new cards, some buffs, and I don't know if it's really going to make up for the loss of those cards that they're losing. But I think, you know, it's overall going to be a healthier direction to push Mage in. So I think while the class will be a bit weaker, they're getting rid of a lot of like the annoying stuff in Mage. So I'm happy about it, but Mage will probably be a bit more reliant on like expansions this year for just like finishing games. Now moving on to Paladin, we have Avenge, often considered to be one of the best Paladin secrets ever printed. So, you know, if they're gonna push a secret Paladin deck, this is the card to include. Noble Sack goes hand in hand with Avenge. Very nice to see these two cards together. The Reckoning, this is the new Paladin secret. After an enemy minion deals 3 or more damage, destroy it. This gives Paladin a way to deal with larger minions it typically struggles with. But that being said, it's only going to be good in a secret Paladin deck, so we're going to need to really see some secret payoff cards for this card to really see any play. Let's see. Righteous Protector. Solid 1-drop. We'll see play in many Paladin decks. Argent Protector. This card was buffed. It goes from a 2-mana 2/2 to a 2-mana 3/2. It goes from being bad to okay, so maybe it sees play. Here's Holy Light. It was buffed. Now it heals for 8 health. It was bad before. It's still bad now, so it's bad. So Pursuit of Justice. Give +1 attack to Silverhand recruits you summon this game. Persistent Silverhand recruit effects. I sort of like this design space for Paladin. They sort of experimented with this already with that legendary from this past expansion. So I'm happy to see them continuing with the Paladin theme for once. Will a Dude Paladin deck take shape this year? Possibly. I could also see this going in like a grindy control Paladin, sort of like grinds out the game with like buffed Silverhand recruits. So very cool card. Excited to see where this goes. Aldor Peacekeeper. This card used to be great. Now it's just sort of average. It's been power creeped out of the game, so it's just okay. Equality, been buffed to 3 mana. Happy to see this buff, because Equality is actually playable now. So yeah, it's playable. Yay! Let's see, Warhorse Trainer. Your Silverhand recruits have +1 attack, and it's been buffed to 3 mana 3/4. This definitely pushes that Dude Paladin, but I don't know if this is enough. We need more ways to make dudes for that deck to really take shape. Blessing of Kings, it's a solid Paladin buff spell. So we'll see play a mid-range Paladin, aggro Paladin. Good to see it back. Consecration. Now it's at a premium because of Equality being at 3 mana. I mean, Consecration is pretty mediocre, but it really shines with Equality. So I expected this Wombo combo to come back hard in the metagame. True Silver Champion with Lightforge Zealot rotating. You actually want to run this card now, just because it's like Paladin's like one of Paladin's way to just like generate tempo. So decent card to have. This is that dude summoning card I was talking about, but at 5 mana it's really slow, and I feel like that sort of deck's just going to get run over by aggro decks. So cool card to have back. We'll definitely support that Dude Paladin, but I don't think it's that good. Let's see, Guardian of Kings. This card was buffed and now has Taunt, which is great. It definitely makes the card a bit better, but will it be playable? I'm a bit skeptical. Let's see, Tyrion Forgeling. Good old Tyrion is back. Happy to see Tyrion. Solid Paladin Legendary will definitely pop up in Paladin throughout the year. And, there we have it for Paladin. Paladin is, it seems like they're actually trying to give Paladin a cohesive theme this year with, like, the dude stuff, the just buffing the Silverhand recruits, and I like that. But I think it's going to need something, like, just better to do in the early game to really take form this year. But I see the pieces for Paladin. I feel like it's still going to be very reliant on, like, expansions to be good, but I wouldn't sleep on Paladin this year. Now, moving on to Priest, we have the new Crimson Clergy, 1 mana, 1/3. After a friendly character is healed, gain +1 attack. I want this card to be good, but I've been burned by so many Tempo Priest minions in the past, so I'm skeptical. 1 mana 1/3s are traditionally pretty alright, though, just because they can come down turn 1, contest the board. And this has, like, added synergy with Rally, so maybe this card is actually good and I'm just not seeing it now. But overall, I think it's okay. Not really the minion I would have hoped for Priest, though. Let's see. This card's only ever really been good because of Akanai Soul Priest and burning your opponent down with it. It's okay. Let's see. This card's going to be really annoying when your opponent like randomly generates it and silences your minion, but this definitely pushes a Silence Priest archetype. This is Focus Will, the new Priest spell. So keep Silence Priest on your radar this year because Blizzard's forcing it yet again. Let's see. Holy Smite Solid Priest removal. Random is not going anywhere. I wish they would just get rid of this card. I don't like it. Let's see. This card, was underwhelming after the Priest rework. I don't see it being good now. Solid Priest removal. Happy to see it in the game still. Shadow Form is back. Everyone's favorite Priest card because you get to ditch the Priest hero power and go face. We'll definitely see play in like a dedicated Shadow Form deck. Might even just see play in Priest in general because tempo's good. Let's see, Thrive in the Shadows, new Priest spell, discover a spell from your deck. I think this card's really good. Just being able to, like Priest spells are really good, and being able to just like get like a certain Priest spell you want on command seems pretty good as well. Let's see, Light Spawn. This card was buffed. It's now a 3 mana 0/4. I mean, I buffed and nerfed. It was a 4 mana 0/5 before. Now it's 3 mana 0/4. I mean, definitely better. I don't know if it's any more playable though. Let's see, Shadowed Spirit. This is a new minion. Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. They were talking about Priest getting some more like face damage under its like shadow effects. This really isn't that much face damage, but if there's like a way to recur it, this could be pretty powerful. But I'm underwhelmed. Holy Nova. Good to see this back. It's still a solid Priest card. Let's see, Power Infusion. Okay, Priest buff. Shadow Word Ruin. I feel like this card, was always good off of Zephyrus. I don't know if you actually ever run this in your deck. I think you'd rather randomly generate it, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, Temple Enforcer. I feel like this card only ever saw play because of Zephyrus, and even then that was really pushing it. So bad card. Natalie Celine. Again, another card that really only saw play because of Zephyrus, but maybe it's tempo, so maybe it could do like see some action in Priest. And wow, that's it for Priest. Honestly, I'm pretty underwhelmed by the Priest core set. I feel like Priest suffered from a really weak basic and core set and was incredibly reliant on like expansions to be good. And I really don't see that changing. I feel like there's a lot of like cards that just need too many other cards to be good, which maybe you want in a core set, but I feel like compared to like the Demon Hunter core set, I'm just like, oh my god, what the man, Priest is getting really shafted here. So Priest will need some help this year. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Now moving on to Rogue, Blizzard made the bold decision to include a card that's always seen play in Rogue in the core set. That is Backstab. It's good. It's always going to see play. Preparation, same thing. Pretty good in Rogue. We'll usually see play. Meh. Shadow Step, was really hoping this card would rotate because again, it's just like always seen play. Well, it's mostly seen play in Rogue, and it's just really annoying as of late because they're just giving Rogue really powerful stuff, which gets even more broken when you can keep recurring it with Shadow Step. So I wish this card was gone. Get out of here, Shadow Step. Bladed Cultist, this card's bad. Deadly Poison, classic Rogue spell. Still probably pretty good in those aggro decks, and will be just like solid removal for Rogue or just face damage. It's nice to have. Sinister Strike, this is just like premier Rogue burst now, apparently, because Eviscerate's gone. It's okay, and aggro decks probably bad in other decks. Swashbuckler, been reworked to add a random card from another class to your hand instead of your opponent's class. I love this change. We'll see play in Rogue because it just cycles itself and it's something to do on turn 1. Cold Blood, this is another piece of like Rogue's premier burst now, and it's slower than Eviscerate, so I know Jay Alexander's probably pissed off about this, but I don't mind it too much. Let's see, Patient Assassin, most pointless buff in Hearthstone history. It goes to 2 health. You're never trading this into a 1/1. You're always trading into a big minion. It's going to die. It died at 1 health. It's going to die at 2 health. I don't understand this. Vanessa, it's bad if you couldn't tell. Vanessa Van Cleef combo, add a copy of the last card your opponent played to your hand. This is the new legendary that was revealed at BlizzCon. Very interesting, hard to evaluate card, but the scam potential's there, so I'm going to say it's at least decent. Let's see, Plague Scientist. This card wasn't good the first time around, probably not good now. SI7 Agents, classic Rogue minion. We'll probably see play in most Rogue decks. Assassin's Blade, this card was reworked. It's now 4 mana, 2/5. I still think it's probably not that good, but prove me wrong, guys. Let's see, Assassinate, 4 mana, probably bad. Actually, well, wait, no more sap, so maybe this gets a bit better, but I'm still gonna say probably bad. Let's see, Tomb Pillager. This is a classic freaking Hearthstone minion that I'm really happy to see back. But honestly, without Edwin, without questing, and maybe, I don't know, I don't really see like some sort of miracle Rogue deck taking form with Auctioneer. I feel like the coin gets less value, so maybe the coin isn't that great now, but I just sort of like the 4 mana 5/4 for Rogue. It's sort of aggressively statted, so all around solid minion. Let's see, Sprints at 6 mana, it's still bad. And let's see, that's it for Rogue. Overall, Rogue lost some pretty impactful cards. Lost Eviscerate, that's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head. And Sap and Edwin. Actually lost some pretty heavy hitters for the class, but it's still keeping a lot of their good stuff. So I think Rogue is going to manage it in the year in the Gryphon. Now moving on to Shaman, we've got Lightning Bolt sticking around. This card is great in aggro Shaman, great in mid-range Shaman, very flexible. Happy to see it sticking around. Novice Zapper, new Shaman 1-drop, spell damage +1, overload 1, but a 3/2 body, so you can't just like clear it off with your hero power. Overall, very much like this card, and happy to see Shaman getting like a decent minion for a change. Let's see, now we got, another decent minion. We got the Menacing Nimbus making its triumphant return. I think this means that Shaman's probably going to get some elemental synergies this year, so keep that on your radar, but overall, solid minion. Rockbiter Weapon, still going to be going face with this. Great to see it sticking around. Wind Fear, this card's still bad. Feral Spirits, a lot better with only overloading 1. Probably playable now. Maybe he's playing like an overload sort of Shaman. I don't know if he's playing Shaman in general, but I'm glad that it's getting buffed. Same with Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm actually will like do what you want it to do now. Before you would overload 2 and just like sometimes it wouldn't even clear off the board. So this is just a welcome change. I'm so happy about this. Very superior Blizzard. Let's see, now moving on to Manatide Totem. Shaman's losing Farsight, so this is really Shaman's only card draw, but with the game overall slowing down, this might be okay. Maybe the Manatide sticks around a bit longer now. So overall, glad to see Manatide sticking around. Unbound Elemental, with the buffs to the overload cards, I feel like Unbound Elemental becomes better, but is it good enough to push an overload deck? I'm not really too sure about that. The Totem Carver's back. It's now 4 mana 4/5. I think this will definitely see play in Totem Shaman, or maybe Totem Shaman. Maybe it just doesn't really fit into the Totem Shaman strategy of going wide, but I don't know. It seems like a decent threat, so I think it's good. Hex. It feels like with Mage losing Polymorph, Shaman will always be good now just because it could deal with Death Rattle minions. It'll have a place in the meta, so I think keeping Hex is really smart, and I'm happy it has it. Let's see, Tidal Surge. This has been reworked, so like now it just has lifesteal. Before, like the healing and the damage were separate, so it wasn't affected by spell damage, but now this will scale with spell damage, so pretty good. Doomhammer's back, so yes, you could still use it with the Rockbiter weapon. Very happy about that. Let's see, Earth Elemental's been buffed. It only overloads 2. Will this actually see play now? Maybe. It seems a bit more reasonable, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's see, Fire Elemental's been buffed as well. More in line with the power level of the game today. It deals 4 damage. And man, this actually will probably see play now. It's great in like a mid-range Shaman, great in aggro Shaman for going face. Fire Elemental's looking pretty mighty now. Let's see, Alakir got a little bit of a health buff. You know, I don't really think it needed the health buff, but I'll take it, you know, just showing Shaman some love. I'm happy about that. Let's see, and that's it for Shaman. Overall, you know, Shaman got a lot of love here. You know, I feel like it's even getting the hero power rework too. So I feel like Shaman's going to feel a lot better this year. It's got like some clear directions it could go in now. It's got some actual decent minions. It's got cards that they actually do what they want you to do now. So I'm very happy for Shaman. Very optimistic on the outlook for Shaman in the Year of the Gryphon. Next up is Warlock, and we've got the new Ritual of Doom. 0 mana to destroy a friendly minion. If you had 5 or more, summon a 5/5 demon. I mean, honestly, with Nerubian Egg in the format, this is probably going to be pretty good. These sorts of effects have been good before, so I don't know. I think it's going to be a good card. Flame Imp, it's good. We don't need to go into that. Mortal Coil, Cycles, it's good. Possessed Villager, glad to see this card back. This is like good in its time. I think it's still going to be good now. Just the 2 bodies are very nice. Drain Soul, this has been buffed. It deals 3 damage to a minion. It's basically like the Shadow Penance now. Will definitely help those control Warlock decks survive. Tiny Knight of Evil, hey, we got a discard payoff card. This card's probably going to be really nutty in those discard decks. Let's see, Void Terror has been buffed to a 3 mana 3/4. You know, again, there are Nerubian Eggs in the format, so, you know, this could be good. I think it's still not going to be that great, even though it's at 4 health now. Phoenix Circle, this card's bad. Hellfire, you know, this card might be better now because before there was like a liability since there was so much burst in the game. Like you play Hellfire, you're just like helping your opponent out. But now with all that burst coming out, maybe Hellfire is actually not so much of a liability. You can actually see play again. Lakari Fellhound, this has been changed to discard your 2 lowest cards, and that makes it a lot better. And I think when you could like control what cards get discarded, that just makes like discard effects in Hearthstone really scary. So definitely keep your eye on Lakari Fellhound. Fell Soul Jailer, new card, Battlecry. Your opponent discards a minion, Death Rattle, return it, 5 mana 4/6. All around, this card's great. You know, it's got combo disruption, and it's just like annoying for your opponent. People are this is gonna end up on the front page of our Hearthstone. Like, why did they make this card? Bleh. Okay, Siphon Soul is back. Oh, Siphon Soul's at 5 mana. I didn't even realize that. That makes it a lot more playable. It was actually like it did see play at 6. Now it's a lot more competitive. I think it will definitely see playing Control Warlocks. Dread Infernal. I don't think this card's good, but you know, maybe a Dude Paladin becomes a thing. This could be good, but yeah, I don't think it's that good. Enslaved Fellord, this new card, 7 mana, 4/10 with Taunt, also damages the minions next to whomever this attacks. So it's got Cleave. Honestly, this feels like a warrior minion to me. I don't know why Warlock's getting something like this, but I think it's good. Twisting Nether, hey, it's still 8 mana, but I think it's still pretty good. Let's see, Lord Jaraxxus, there we go. Lord Jaraxxus with the hero card rework. We wanted this forever. I think Lord Jaraxxus will actually be good now. You gain armor instead of setting your life to 15, and you get the weapon, the hero power. I think Jaraxxus is back, and he's here to just He's going to kick some booty. Now, unlike most of the classes we've talked about so far, I feel like Warlock is just getting straight money in their core set. They are going to be set for Year of the Gryphon. You know, they have a lot of strong synergies and payoff cards already in their core set. Jaraxxus has been reworked, so I feel like Warlock is just going to just be killing it in Year of the Gryphon, so don't sleep on Warlock this year. Okay, now moving on to Warrior, we have the brand new Bloodsail Deckhand, 1 mana, 2/1 Pirate. Battlecry, next weapon you play costs 1 less. This is an aggressive pirate with mana cheat stapled on top of it. It's going to be very powerful. I hate it already. Shield Slam sticking around, that's very efficient for control warrior. Nice removal, love it. Whirlwind, you know, we've been really spoiled with Risky Skipper, and I really don't want to say Whirlwind's going to be good, so I'm going to say it's bad. Armorsmith is still going to be good though without Risky Skipper. Just gaining armor's nice, and I'm happy it's sticking around. Cruel Taskmaster probably gets a bit better now with no Skipper. That works very nicely with Armorsmith, but still probably just an okay card. Execute, very nice warrior card. Solid just removal spell for control warrior. Happy it's sticking around. Slam works very well with Execute. Also nice because warrior's losing some card draw with battle rage rotating out. So I think Slam's going to be a bit more premium now. Fiery War Axe, this card's going to be nuts with the new 1 mana minion. They didn't make Fiery War Axe 2 mana, but they sort of did make Fiery War Axe 2 mana, and it's going to be so obnoxious. And let's see, Frothing Berserker, solid warrior minion, happy to see it sticking around. War Cache, this is the new warrior spell. It adds a random warrior minion spell and weapon to your hand. This is definitely going to see play in like a control warrior deck. It's 3 for 1 in terms of value. Might even see play in like a more mid-rangey deck because you could get a weapon and that could like send damage face. So overall, very solid warrior spell. Warsong Commander finally getting that rework after you summon another minion, give it rush. People have been wanting this for years, so I was happy to see this. I feel like it's a bit more underwhelming now because we have a card like Animated Broomstick in the format, which is a bit faster and doesn't, like, you get the effect immediately. It's a bit cheaper. So, while I'm happy to see this change, I don't know how impactful it's going to actually be, but this is long overdue. Warsong Outrider, 4 mana, 5/4 rush, new card, it's bad. Brawl, this is the OG Warrior AoE spell, so this is definitely going to bolster Control Warrior. Shield Maiden, there's no more shield block, so this is like Warrior's way to burst gain armor. The body's nice. I would have preferred shield block, but this will definitely see playing Control Warrior. Gorehowl, I feel like Gorehowl's bad. Warrior's losing removal, the game's slowing down, but I feel like just because Ooze is a threat and there's other like weapon decks in the game, Gorehowl's just going to be bad. Grom is nice. I love seeing Grom. So this is going to be Warrior's finisher now because Warrior's losing a lot of burst. Charge is sort of taking a beating overall with the core set, but it's good to see Grom sticking around. It's going to be very powerful. It's definitely going to be a closer for Warrior this year, and I'm happy it's here. And overall, Warrior is losing quite a bit, it seems like. I feel like Control Warrior is... most Warrior decks are just going to be mourning the loss of Risky Skipper, really. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of like aggressive Pirate Warrior deck that takes shape this year. So definitely keep your eyes out for that for the Year of the Gryphon. Now, finally, here we are at the neutral minions. I'm just going to go extra rapid fire for these. Only really talk about them if they're good or okay because there's just so many. And so let's get down to business. Murloc Tiny Fin. It's adorable, but it's bad. Bad. Actually might be okay. I feel like they're going to be pushing mechs this year, so I think Cogmaster stands to be pretty good this year. But bad, still bad. Nerfed. Stone Test Boar was nerfed. So no longer has charge, but it's a 2/1 with rush. My gut tells me it's probably bad, but it might be okay in Hunter with Dire Frenzy, so that's my conclusion on that. Let's see, bad. Worgen Infiltrator definitely still going to be good with Aggro Stealth Rogue sticking around. Bad. Acidic Swampoos, Jay Alexander will say it's bad, but it's good. Anoratron will be okay. Blood Mage Thalanos is good. Bloodsteel Raider will be good in Pirate decks. Bad. Exposure Sheep is back. That's quite nice. It's good in neutral AoE. Really good in Mage, so good card. Foxtail Freebooter, this is a new card. Battlecry, if you have a weapon equipped, deal 2 damage. All hail our aggro weapon overlords. This card's nuts. Bad. Okay, just due to there being less draw in the game, but not nuts by any means, just okay. Bad. I think Nerubian Egg is going to be good. It was pretty good last time around in Standard. It just really depends on the stuff around it. I'm bullish on this card. I think it's going to be good. Bad. Good, definitely going to be good with all the aggro weapon decks in the meta. Pretty good. I mean, nice card to bring back. Is this really the best time with all those weapon decks already powerful? I don't know. Bad. Adorable, but bad. Murlocs overall are bad. This card's good, but like Murlocs are just not going to be good this time around because there's no War Leader. So I think this card's just going to be bad. Bad. Buff, but bad. Really good in Silence Priest, but other than that, it's not going to be good. Bad. Probably bad. Good tech card. Bad. I don't know why they brought King Mukla. It's not like he was seeing a lot of play before. He's not a good card. He's bad. Lone Champion, solid anti-aggro tech card. Love this card. Mini Mage, bad. Raid Leader, buff, but bad. Let's see. South Sea Captain. With all the pirate stuff going on this year, I think South Sea Captain's going to be really good. Spire Tank, it's a mech. Solid stats for the cost. I think it's okay to good. Stone Skin Basilisk is actually an okay minion. It really depends on the meta. If there's like a lot of decks that play like one single big threat, one after another, Stone Skin Basilisk would be good. Let's see, Baron, Rivendare. If Blizzard, this signals to me that they're going to be doing a lot of Death Rattle stuff this year, and so it's good to have this card back. I think it'll be as good as the Death Rattles in Standard though. Let's see, BGH, solid tech card. Sorry, Chill when Yeti, you're bad still. Dark Iron Dwarf, bad. Defender of Argus, buff, but still bad. Yeah, this card's bad. Bad. Sorry, bad. Maybe might see play, but I think it's still overall. It's just Violet Teacher used to see a lot of play, but it's just since been power creeped out of the game, so it's bad. Faceless Manipulator, sees play when it has good stuff to like abuse with it, maybe with like big death rattles. So, it's okay. Gurubashi Berserker has been buffed. I think it's still bad. Talk about a Jandis buff, though. Oh, man, that's going to be scary. New card, Overlord Runethak. Rush, whenever this attacks, give +1/+1 to all minions in your hand. I think it's going to be a decent card. Don't really like how it's neutral, because you're going to like see it a lot, but it is in the core set, so it's going to eventually rotate. So overall, decent card. Let's see. Stranglethorn Tiger. Beast Druid. Probably bad. Talon Forge Ring. Taunts Divine Shield, Death Rattle. Draw your highest cost minion. This is a really cool card. It's a tutor effect, and it's very slow, and your opponent might be able to find ways to like deal with it before you can actually like get the death rattle. So I think it's a well-designed card, and I like it. And it's going to be powerful. Karen has been buffed. It now is a 5/5, and Bane is also 5/5. So I think Karen's a lot more competitive. I'll say Karen's good now. Let's see, Gadget and Auctioneer. How did this card make it into the core set? If there's like some sort of degenerate deck that can abuse Gadget and Auctioneer, this will see play and it will be good. But I feel like they're taking a lot of it out of the game, so that remains to be seen. High Inquisitor Whiteman has been buffed. It's now a 6-mana 5/7. You know, I really thought this card would be good before. Will it be good now? I don't know. It doesn't generate tempo. It sort of requires you to have the board. It's a bit of a win more card, but so I'm gonna say meh. Baron has been buffed. It's now 7 mana 7/7 with the same effect. I love it. I think Baron's gonna see a lot more play now. This card just sucks, and they even buffed it. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, it's bad. Nose Dormu the Eternal. I really love this redesign of Nose Dormu. It turns like such an annoying card into a fun card. I'm definitely gonna be having a lot of fun with this. We're gonna be 1v1ing a lot of people with just Nose Dormu. It's gonna be great. Stormwatcher, actually a decent card. But will there be other things? Probably like other like better elementals, probably, but decent card. Stormwind Champion's been buffed. I mean, it dies to be GH, but otherwise it's been buffed. It's still bad. Arcane Devourer buffed, might actually be okay now. Still really slow. Alexstrasza the Lifebinder. I really like this change to Alexstrasza. So choose a friendly character. If it's friendly, restore 8 health. If it's an enemy, deal 8 damage. So it's it's a bit more flexible, because it not only targets like your face and your opponent's face, you can also target your minions and your opponent's minions. So you can use it to generate tempo. Definitely won't be like the combo enabler that it once was, but I think it's still going to be really good. Maybe even better because it could generate tempo by killing a minion. So don't sleep on Alexstrasza. Malygos has had that big rework as well. Draw spells until your hand is full. You know, it enables sort of those like spell decks just in a different way now. And that's sort of cool that they maintain that flavor of the card, but I don't know if it's going to be good still. We'll have to see like what kind of like degenerate spell decks come about, and like if this is like good enough to make the cut in those lists. Onyxia the Broodmother, it's basically just Shuma now, and I don't think it's going to be good. Sleepy Dragon, this card really just saw play because it was in Taunt Druid, so I don't think it's gonna be too good, but I want to be wrong on this one. I love Sleepy Dragon. Ysera the Dreamer, Ysera got so much better. Just being able, her effect being a battle cry makes it so much faster. I think she's gonna be a lot better now. Might actually see play as a finisher in control decks. Deathwing the Destroyer. Talk about cards that got a lot better. Destroy all their minions, discard a card for each destroyed. So now, if you just destroy 2 minions, you just discard 2 cards. So I think Deathwing got a lot better. It's no longer like I mean, OG Deathwing saw like a bit of play, so I think this Deathwing will definitely like see play because it's just a lot better. Let's see, and finally we got Clockwork Giant, the weirdest giant to bring back. There's a lot of card generation in the game, so maybe Clockwork Giant, maybe this is its time to shine. I feel like overall it's probably not going to be that great, but hey, we can dream, guys. And thus concludes the entire core set review. I hope you guys enjoy this. I don't really do reviews too often, but I want to do something different here, and I feel like this was like a good time to dip my toes into review stuff. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of content. After going through doing everything at once, I think maybe I will actually split it out next time, because man, it's like 3 in the morning right now. Oh my god, almost 4 in the morning. So it was a lot of work filming this one, but it was also quite a bit of fun just going through all the cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are hyped for the core set. I'm very hyped. Let me know down in the comments what you're excited about, what you're missing from the core set. Maybe there will be another core set follow-up video this week, depending on like how my schedule is looking for work. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay superior, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Later. Eat my choke. Dirt. Get that.